It was as much about the fact that we were tackling these obstacles together as a family and
Right.
incorporating the education into real life. One of the flaws of a traditional public school setting is that it divorces education from real life. And it's a life different than what everybody will face once they graduate high school. A lot of times we get rose-colored glasses on, and homeschooling is all the fun curriculum, and it's all the accoutrements and all the field trips and all the experiences. And really, homeschooling, just dissected down, is living our lives for Christ with an eye toward education. It's not education with an eye towards God. It is living for God with an eye towards education.
I absolutely love that. God first,
God
right?
first
God
in everything.
first, and then education. I love that, and it reminds me of something that you were sharing a while back about, just these beautiful ordinary days
Mhm.
and the beautiful hard days, and how I like how you said, we have this vision of what homeschooling is supposed to look like, and we always share, oh, the great, oh my goodness, this amazing Charlotte Mason, or this amazing classical, or these amazing books we're reading, and all of that's really important. But this is what has really always struck me with you as one of the smartest women, one of the most well spoken. I mean, you're like the epitome of success. Like, you're the goal of what I hope I can succeed with in my kids. And yet, when I asked you all of the, like, how did your parents do it? This is the answers you gave me. We had really ordinary days. We
Mhm.
had really hard days. It wasn't always incredible. I mean, there really wasn't. I think it was incredible, but you're like, it really wasn't this picture book of homeschooling. I mean, you had gaps in your
Mhm.
education. There was a year there where you were kind of left to figure some things out on your own.
Yeah.
So share a little bit about the hard and the challenging and even the ordinary.
Well, I would say some of the hard was just that nothing in life is ever constant. Life is always changing. It's going to throw stuff at you. For our family, that included a sister who had heart issues, and so there were lots of trips on the road where we'd be driving because we were rural. So the nearest doctor, pediatrician who had any experience with dealing with her condition was 3 hours away. And when you're going into town for a couple times a month for that can throw your schedule off. I can We used to do school in the car on those trips. We would stop at historic sites alongside the road or little museums anytime we had to go to an appointment for her.
And so that I wanna kinda park there because
Okay.
for me and this generation, I think if I would feel like in my weakness, if I were to experience that, I'd immediately be like, "I gotta get my kids back." I mean, I can't do this. Obviously, now this is the precedent. We have this child with these health issues, so therefore we can't homeschool. And I'm fascinated because when I look at how your parents did it, they realize, like, this is part of the homeschool experience. Like, this is part of it. This is what our family is going through with the Lord. So therefore, this is the academic. This is the education, right?
Absolutely. And again, that comes back to homeschooling is part of the family dynamic. And the reality is that public school, a traditional, even private school, a traditional school setting with a medically complicated kid, just practically speaking, would not have worked. And that's one of the beautiful things
Right.
about homeschooling is that it is infinitely adaptable. And you can do it anywhere. You can do it anytime. You can do it in 10-minute increments. You can do it for an hour long. You can do it for an afternoon. You can do it on a Sunday or a Saturday evening, or if you need to, you do it during the summer. I mean, I remember some seasons we went through the school year and did not get
Right.
nearly as much done as we needed to get done for that year. And so we played around with it during the summer and kind of got caught up on that. But it was it was as much about the fact that we were tackling these obstacles together as a family and
Right.
incorporating the education into real life. I know my dad firmly believed that one of the flaws of a traditional public school setting is that it divorces education from real life. And it's a
Mm.
life different than what everybody will face once they graduate high school. And one of the beauties of homeschooling is that you get real life alongside that education, running parallel tracks. They aren't separate things. They become intertwined
Right.
and just part of everyday life.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.